For a lot of reasons, it has been a long while since I gave you a proper tour, so please enjoy this feature-length video as we tour all around Omihachiman, or at least the best spots in my opinion, some of. I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope you learn a few things, and I hope you think of some good reasons to come to Omihachiman in Shiga. It is a special place, and a place that has many firsts of things that should really be enjoyed by those that like Japanese culture. Here is La Collina. What do you think? It looks like something out of a Ghibli movie, doesn't it? La Collina actually means hill in Italian, and I think that's just what the designer wanted us to think of when we saw it. Isn't it so beautiful in this area? Please imagine it changing throughout all of the seasons to snow in winter and just yellow from dried out grass in the summertime too. Now, I'm narrating this as autumn begins in September 2024, but the footage was actually filmed back in 2023 in November, so we've got an autumn feeling, and I'm hoping that this welcomes you to my channel as well. I think I'll set it as the lead video for a little while. Look at this wonderland. This is a whole area dedicated to sweets, believe it or not. The original factory for the La Collina stores that you will see all around Japan. They are so famous, where you can buy the German cake Baumkuchen, which is so beloved here in Japan. Well, this is the factory base. You can come and really experience this Baumkuchen, these incredible tree-like sections of cake being created before your very eyes. And you can purchase all kinds of other sweets as well. The company originally started about 150 years ago under the name Taneya, which would mean seed shop, and they did sell seeds back then, but not anymore. The seeds of happiness, cakes, is what they sell now. Now, you'll see a couple of figures throughout this video. That is my friend Ollie from the UK. He's Maltese, and he came to visit last year. And you'll also see a new friend that I made called Dell, who started teaching over here like I do, and she's from America but has lived all over the world. So when I realised they'd both be in the same place at the same time, I thought I have to give them a kind of tour of Omihachiman. As you can probably see from all of this footage, there's a lot of interesting European memorabilia everywhere. It's a really nostalgic place to come if you're a foreign person living in Japan, or in particular a European like myself. I'm British, but also it's really fun to come here throughout any of the seasons, not just because it looks so wonderful as the nature changes outside, but as you can see, they celebrate Halloween, they celebrate so many Japanese holidays as well, like well, first of all there's Valentine's Day, but then in Japan there's White Day, so that's all about giving and getting sweets, and Christmas of course, and other things. Everything is celebrated here in Japan. They love decorations, and yeah, I just really think it's worth a visit. If you'd like to travel here from Omihachiman station, you can do a gallant 50-minute walk if you like. You could do a 20-minute cycle. There are bikes to rent just outside the station, or you can catch a bus which will take you almost right to it, I'd say, for not very much money, for about 300 or 400 yen, I think, which is not very much money at all. About £2 British and about $2.60 in American at the time of narration. But that will change over time. The yen is very weak at the moment, though I still think it's a good deal. And luckily that bus is right outside of the station and straight to the left. You should have no trouble if you've got something like Google Maps on your phone. Or you could just ask, "Basu wa doko desu ka?" So Baumkuchen smells fantastically of butter and is a series of layered up sponge that is delicately iced afterwards. And actually it's given as a gift at weddings, I understand, because the eternal ring shape and also the many rings in rows stacked up all symbolise longevity, so it's quite a nice thing to give as a wedding present. However, if I'm honest, you will be spending quite a lot of money to get them from La Collina, but it It is the best. You can buy Baumkuchen in actually convenience stores, so konbinis around Japan, and all kinds of other places as well, gift shops, in small pieces or full rounds. But the best stuff is here. And there are other nice things to taste as well. Everything smelling dearly of butter, so not for vegans, I'm afraid. All around Omihachiman, you'll see loads of fantastic old buildings and this little Tobidashi-kun, tanukis, and you can even get a sight of all of it from above if you take the Hachiman-yama, so the Omihachiman mountain rail car that will carry you all the way to the top. That's the cable car. I've lived here for a while now, so I get all of my English and my English from different places a bit mixed up. But the view at the top is spectacular. This is not the killer view. This is nice. It's a nice kind of semi-hike that I think you'll really enjoy. You don't need to have any special fitness level or anything really. However, there's not disability access, which is a little bit of a problem throughout Japan itself, really. There's a good image of lots of disability access. However, there's not very good flow from what I can see. For example, you might be able to get yourself up and into a building, but you might not be able to get yourself down the other side of the building. You'd have to go back in the same way that you came in, for example. Now, this mountain that overlooks the whole of Lake Biwa, as well as the whole city of Omihachiman, used to be the place of a castle. However, I've never really seen too many pictures of that. The more famous castle in the area would be Azuchi Castle, which lays in the region of Omihachiman and just off to the side, and that would be where the glorious warlord Oda Nobunaga once reigned for a mere 3 years before the castle was burned to the ground and he himself was slain by a dear friend. I should probably tag some videos for you to learn a bit more about that castle, but 1 second while we check out Lake Biwa from this incredible view. Isn't that worth it? It only takes about 15 or 20 minutes to get to the top of the mountain, to be honest, but there are other treks all the way around it, so if you want to get to that beautiful spot we just saw and meet these lovely cats that always seem to be there. I think I've been up this mountain about 8 times, and there are guaranteed cats every single time, so they definitely live up there. Yeah, you could have a nice short sweet trip straight to that point, or you could have a rambling good time for an hour or 2 hours just checking out all the different viewpoints as well. Now, it wouldn't have been a La Collina trip without getting some of that dear buttery Baumkuchen. Look at that. Please enjoy the sights for a spell before we go back down the mountain and I show you the nearby and very important shrine. Welcome back to Himure Jinja. Hure shrine. This is a very important shrine in the local area, and it is the main area in which you will experience this incredible fire festival that happens in March. And if you're feeling like you're missing any evidence of all of the things I'm talking about, then please refer to the description, because I will leave some links down there to all of the things I've mentioned, as well as a few extra videos of my own if you want to see that fire festival in action, or Azuchi Castle ruins, for example. But yeah, take a look at this spectacular space. Maybe you can imagine chanting and the smell of incense. I'll let you enjoy it for a moment. A mere 5 minutes away from there, you can experience this fantastic canal. This canal that is about 6 meters wide, but many kilometers long, actually, and carries, in the past, 400 years ago, carried all of the rice through the entirety of Shiga down to Kyoto. So if you'd traveled from Tokyo and Nagoya and made it to Shiga, the north side of Shiga, where you'll find Hikone Castle, then you could actually get all the way down this lovely canal with the rice and supply the capital of Japan at the time, Kyoto. It's really special. And if you take that bus I mentioned in the beginning, you could go right the way to La Collina, and then you could stagger yourself back through all of these things with not too many steps, to be honest. But I do recommend that, grabbing a bicycle from the rental area right next to the station. This whole canal looks fantastic in every season, but the peak times are a couple of weeks for cherry blossoms, where the canal gets lit up, and also in the autumn. As I'm sure you can imagine, these leaves are starting to change. Autumn is happening later and later in Japan at the moment, so even though this was recorded in November, I think you'll find that it's towards the very, very end of November that the leaves really change. It's quite different depending on the global warming situation each year, actually. Japanese people are more and more surprised at how hot it gets each year and how much later the leaves are, or how long they don't last anymore. You can hire a canal boat to enjoy the seasonal splendors, but also you can experience this Edo style, so it's about 400 years old style canal, in period dramas around Japan or about Japan. As you can see in these videos, there are no visible power cables. There's not loads of things like that hanging around. The locals have really maintained this as being a period area. These are real shops, real houses, real warehouses, but you can film here quite happily. Please enjoy Omihachiman Canal, Hachiman Bori. Now, what would a trip to a local town be like if you didn't meet any locals? Well, it would be a shame not to meet any locals, and so to end your tour, you should probably head over to Hure Jazz Cafe. It's quite a fantastic place filled with all kinds of memorabilia, especially American. There's some British stuff there too, and it is run by a wonderful person called Haruki-san, or Harry if you like. And he loves jazz. You can experience live jazz and other kinds of music here. The hospitality is fantastic. It's run by himself and his wife. I say cafe a little loosely, maybe. It's got this very homely feel. It's not open every day of the week, so you should check out online if it's available to you. And if you are lucky, then he might even show you inside of the garage next door. Haruki likes to play around with different kinds of designs, and so he designs his own vintage gas canisters and magnets and all kinds of things. And he'll very happily share them with you if you're so inclined. So don't forget to check out Haruki-san at Hure Jazz Cafe in Omihachiman. That is a 20-minute walk from the station, or a 7-minute cycle. I don't know what you'd do if you take the bus there. Thank you for watching my video. Do stay another minute till the end and find all the extra details you need in the description. Before I go, I should probably recommend that if you do go to Hure, make sure you order the Kendall special, as long as you can handle your alcohol. It's a good deal. And if you're here with families in Omihachiman, then please check out all the different family restaurants. If you're with friends, head to the izakayas. There are so many in Omihachiman, so you will not be without something to eat, to fit any budget actually. Can recommend Omi beef, which is up there with Kobe beef, you know. See you later. Thank you for watching. Check out linktr.ee/Miss Kendall James to support me and see what else I make.